told hour by hour, almost exactly as it happened, reconstructed from archaeology and the only eyewitness account.
On the morning of June 30th, 1908, something exploded over Siberia with the force of 1,000 Hiroshima bombs, and to this day, we still don't know exactly what it was. At 7:14 in the morning, over the remote Tunguska River region, the sky itself seemed to catch fire. Witnesses over 60 kilometers away were knocked off their feet. A shepherd felt his shirt grow hot against his skin from heat that arrived before any sound. Then came the blast wave, flattening 80 million trees across 2,000 square kilometers, all pointing away from a single point in the sky. There was no crater. There was no impact site. Whatever caused this, it never touched the ground. Seismic stations as far away as England registered the shockwave. Barometers in Britain detected pressure waves that circled the globe. For days afterward, the night skies across Europe and Asia glowed so brightly that people in London could read newspapers outdoors at midnight, an effect scientists still can't fully explain. And yet, incredibly, the world outside Russia barely noticed at the time. The region was so remote, so difficult to reach, that it would take 19 years before anyone mounted a serious scientific expedition to find out what had actually happened there. In 1927, Soviet mineralogist Leonid Kulik finally reached the site, expecting to find a massive meteorite crater. What he found instead was stranger. A forest of 80 million trees, scorched and snapped like matchsticks, all lying in a radial pattern pointing outward from ground zero. But at the very center, some trees were still standing upright, stripped of branches and bark, but standing. That pattern told scientists something important. Whatever exploded, it detonated in the air, not on the ground. This was an airburst, not an impact. The leading explanation is that a stony asteroid or icy comet fragment, somewhere between 50 and 190 meters wide, entered the atmosphere at incredible speed and disintegrated 5 to 10 kilometers above the ground, releasing energy equivalent to roughly 15 megatons of TNT. That would explain the airburst pattern, the flattened forest, and the shockwave felt around the world. But if that's true, there's a deeply unsettling question underneath it. Something large enough to level a major city arrived at Earth completely undetected, and we only avoided catastrophe because it happened over uninhabited wilderness instead of a city. Not everyone accepts the asteroid explanation completely, because no fragments of meteorite were ever conclusively found at the site. Not one confirmed piece of extraterrestrial rock, despite decades of searching. That absence has fueled alternative theories for over a century. Some scientists proposed a comet, made mostly of ice, which would explain why nothing solid survived to hit the ground. Others suggested a rare geological phenomenon, a sudden eruption of natural gas from deep within the Earth, ignited on contact with the atmosphere. And then there are the theories at the fringes. A mini black hole passing through the Earth, an experimental weapons test, even speculation involving Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, which was operational at the same time and located, coincidentally, roughly on the opposite side of the globe. Mainstream science firmly rejects these ideas. There's no credible evidence for any of them. But their persistence says something about how unsatisfying the official explanation still feels, more than a century later, without a single confirmed fragment of whatever actually caused this. Modern research using computer modeling and sediment analysis has strengthened the asteroid airburst theory considerably, and most scientists today consider it the most probable explanation.
Correlation is perfect.
But probable is not proven. Tunguska remains the largest impact event in recorded human history, and we still don't have definitive physical evidence of exactly what streaked through that sky. Events of this scale are estimated to occur only once every few hundred to few thousand years, which means, statistically, we may be closer to the next one than we'd like to think. Today, the Tunguska region has partially regrown, the forest slowly reclaiming what was flattened in seconds over a century ago. But the scientific mystery hasn't regrown an answer. Every few years, new expeditions still return to that remote stretch of Siberia, still searching for the one piece of physical evidence that would finally close the case. Until they find it, Tunguska remains exactly what it's been since 1908, proof that something can nearly destroy a city-sized area of our planet, and still leave us guessing what it actually was.
If you want more stories like this, history, told the way it actually happened, subscribe.